Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're here to do my top 15 games for local multiplayer party games on the Quest 3 or Quest 3S. This is for people who like multiplayer games where it's one headset versus all, where one person will be in the headset and everyone else will be using their phones or something of the sort. There will also be games on this list that are called local multiplayer, which means there's one headset on one person and one on the other, and you're in the exact same space, in the exact same room, but everyone has their own headset playing multiplayer together. And then there's also going to be, pass and play, where you're basically on one headset and then you pass it around. These are going to be my top 15 games when it comes to all three of those type of multiplayer games that we have in VR right now. I wish we actually had more of these because there hasn't been that many released in the last year, but there are some new ones on this list that you guys will enjoy. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so the first one here coming in at number 15 is Beat Saber. Beat Saber is a great pass and play game because it's one of the few games that does pass and play but actually has leaderboards that it keeps track of. So if you're passing the headset around and you're all playing the same song on the same difficulty level, it will actually keep track of each person with each person's name that you can enter and stuff like that as you're passing the headset around. So it really makes it a great game to, be able to do that with. And it is a fun game, and obviously a lot of people love music games. Everyone can pick their songs and stuff like that and their own style of music, and it's a really fun game, and it really makes you feel like you're dueling lightsabers. So game's been around for a while. We all know about this game, but it's still a great pass and play game that does things better than a lot of other pass and play games out there. Beat Saber coming in at number 15. The next one on this list coming in at number 14 is BAM, and this is a co-location multiplayer type game where everyone's standing around the room and you're in a battle arena with your little character here, and you're trying to basically be the last one standing in the arena. They have a couple of game modes as well where it's like King of the Hill, where you have to be in a certain location to get points and stuff, and you're trying to knock each other off the board. It's a really fun game, one of the first games that came out for co-location back when they started announcing those features last year. BAM at number 14. The next one here coming in at number 13 is Acron, Attack of the Squirrels. This one's been around for a really long time, but there's still not many games like this that use the headset in this way, where it's one person in the headset and everyone else is on a mobile phone trying to compete against them. This game is a super fun multiplayer game that you can play with your friends, where everyone's on their phone controlling these little squirrels, and you and VR are a gigantic tree where you're trying to stop the squirrels from coming at you and stealing your Acrons and stuff from you. It's a totally fun game. Everyone has their own unique powers and stuff like that you do, and it's great to take turns being the gigantic tree in VR, and it's just a really fun and really well done. I'm surprised that there's not more games like this. There's only really a handful of them, and I thought we'd have a lot more of them like this by now, where one person's in the headset and using mobile. But there hasn't been a lot over the last year, but this one is still, even though it's been around for a while, a fantastic game that utilizes that in a really unique way. Acron, Attack of the Squirrels, coming in at number 13. The next one here coming in at number 12 is Space Pirate Trainer DX, but specifically the arena mode that is in this game, where you're basically competing against 1v1. You transform your space and you are battling 1v1 with another person, so you do need two headsets for this, of course, with co-location multiplayer. But man, it is very, very fun to be in a arena style where it feels like you're playing like a Quake or an Unreal Tournament type game, where you have these walls around you and you feel like you're in this world, but you're walking around and it is your environment that's letting you walk around. So it really uses your full space. If you have a large outdoor backyard that you can do this in, be careful with your lenses though, or an indoor gym or stuff like that, and you can make this large space. This is super fun because it feels like you're playing laser tag in a real environment, and you're trying to kill your opponent and stuff, and you're just running around this real life arena. It's really, really cool. Space Pirate Trainer Arena coming in at number 12. The next one here coming in at number 11 is Just Hoops. This is a great pass and play game. Everybody loves the arcade version of basketball, where it's like a pop and shot where you're trying to make the basket in front of you. But this one is really, really good because they didn't just create a pop and shot in front of you. They made it unique, where there's all these different variety of different basketball hoops that you're shooting it in. Some more creative than others, where you have to sometimes shoot at two. They're themed after like horror themed things, and all these different things, all these balls to unlock and stuff like that. But it makes for a great pass and play game because you're just trying to beat another person's score, and it's really easy to remember, hey, I scored 80 baskets, and then the next person goes and you kind of pass and play that. And it has really quick modes. It's super fun to play. Everybody understands how to play it because it's just basketball, but it is really fun and really well made. Just Hoops coming in at number 11. The next one here coming in at number 10 is Spatial Ops. Now I'm cheating here a little bit because this actually has not come out. It comes out really soon in the fall, but a lot of people have played the beta and I played the beta, so I figured it was still worth including it so everyone keeps an eye on it and you can get into the beta still. And that is Spatial Ops. This is a great game that's going to have a campaign mode, but the arena mode is what I'm excited about, of course, where you're again using your real life environment and, you know, trying to kill other players and stuff like that and be the last one standing. But instead of just being 1v1 in this arena mode, you can actually do up to 4v4 in different game modes like free-for-all, team deathmatch, capture the flag, and domination. I mean, this is exactly what, you know, this type of technology can actually bring, and we've been looking forward to this ever since they talked about it, you know, a couple of years ago, and we're getting closer and closer to that date, and a lot of us have already been playing with it in the open beta, and it's kind of as good as we all wanted it to be. And you're going to be able to dive into this game here really soon. They're talking about a fall release date, you know, officially on the store. Man, this game is going to be super fun. They have all the weapons that you can imagine on here. Spatial Ops coming in at number 10. The next one here coming in at number 9 is Noob Challenge. Now, Noob Challenge is a horror game where you're basically trying to challenge yourself in these 9 unique challenges that center around like a phobia, clowns, heights, spiders, things like that. And you basically have to try and last as long as possible before hitting that Noob Challenge. So again, this is another game that's really fun to play and pass and play because, you know, you can try to see how long each person lasts before they have to hit that Nope button and get out of that challenge because they can't handle it anymore. It really tests your, you know, your friends, and it's obviously fun to see them, you know, scream and stuff like that depending on what their phobias are. There's 9 different challenges, really cool, and a great pass and play game to play with your friends, especially right now during the spooky season. So Nope Challenge coming in at number 9. The next one here coming in at number 8 is Traffic Jam. So this is another one that you kind of all are in, one person's in the headset and everyone else is using their phones in this one. And basically here you're basically controlling traffic, letting oncoming traffic go and letting, you know, one side go to another. But then everyone on their phone is trying to essentially mess you up and try to make you lose by throwing all these different things at you that you have to handle, with passengers coming by, people walking, the cars, and all these different things that you may have to deal with by, you know, handling all the things that they're throwing at you. And of course then you can compete and pass and play that headset around to see who can last the longest. But it is really fun to be able to, you know, have your mobile phone that you're kind of using and then having to deal with all of these different things in different cities like Tokyo and New York and stuff like that you're dealing with all your friends kind of throwing at you. So another one of these fun experiences. Traffic Jams at number 8. The next one here coming in at number 7 is Laser Limbo. So think about making your own laser game into your house, where it basically takes your house and you can kind of create your own multiplayer battle arena where you can put all these different objects around you and stuff like that, scoreboards, and then you're dueling another person 1v1 in your actual home space and multiplayer, where there's two, you know, one person with a headset and one person with another, and you're in that same environment. You're seeing the different arena that you actually built with each other, and you know, you can compete 1v1. You also have co-op, which is a unique thing where you actually have to battle these different aliens and stuff like that are coming into your space in the arena that you built, which is a unique thing in this, and it is super cool. Again, the bigger space that you have, the better for these types of experiences, but this feels like laser tag in VR. It's super fun, and it's also free, which makes it unique on this list as well. That is Laser Limbo coming in at number 7. The next one here coming in at number 6 is Space Team VR. So I don't know how many of you guys remember this game. It has been around for a while, but it also is a card game that they kind of brought into VR. Another one of those games where one person's in the headset and everyone else is using their phones. Essentially what's happening here is you're controlling a spaceship and you're taking these commands from all your friends that are on their phone, telling you what you need to fix and what is going on in the spaceship, all these different things. Aliens pop up at you that you may need to shoot away, different controls and things catch on fire that you have to extinguish and stuff like that. And your friends are kind of yelling at you with their mobile phones, being like, hey, you have to fix this, you have to fix that. And they're all using their phones trying to basically make sure that you actually handle everything that's going on the spaceship in a cooperative multiplayer party game like this. Super fun to play, and you know, even though it's been around for a while, it's still a really fun party game. Space Team VR coming in at number 6. The next one here coming in at number 5 is Does It Stack? This is a puzzling game of sorts that you can play cooperatively in co-location multiplayer. And basically what happens here is there's over 60 different levels in here, and you're trying to stack these objects as high as possible to beat the actual challenges given in front of you. It is really cool to play this, you know, in co-location multiplayer. Really unique game of trying to stack this up as high as possible and trying not to make everything tumble down. It is more fun to play with your friends, as it usually is with this, and co-location and works really well in this game, and it is super fun. Does it stack? Coming in at number 5. The next one here coming in at number 4 is Miracle Pool, another great co-location multiplayer game where you can actually have a gigantic pool table that feels like it's inside your room here in mixed reality, and you can play with another person like you have a pool table in your house. I mean, it doesn't really get much cooler than that, where you can actually plop a gigantic pool table that you know, maybe you couldn't own in your home or didn't have the space for, and being able to see it in mixed reality and play in co-location multiplayer with another friend. All the variety of modes that are on here, like 8-ball, 9-ball, and all those things that you guys kind of expect on here. The physics are fantastic. They did a great job with this game. I've talked about this game on other lists as well. It's my favorite pool app out there. And all the customizability that you can have with the Q6, the tables and stuff like that. It is super, super fun, and it has the avatars that Meta uses in here as well, which I always like to see in these co-location multiplayer games, to see the other person. Super, super fun if you're a pool fan. Miracle Pool coming in at number 4. The next one here coming in at number 3 is Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. This one's pretty unique as well, where one person's in the headset and they're trying to essentially defuse a bomb, and everyone else around them is not using an app, but they actually have a manual in front of them that they're really sorting through, and they're going back and forth. So the person in the headset's telling them what they see, what wires, what colors they are, and then everyone else is frantically looking through the manual to see how to tell them what to defuse and what to cut. Super fun game. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes at number 3. The next one here coming in at number 2 is Deo Battles. If you guys all like to play board games together and stuff like that, another great co-location multiplayer game we have here, where you and up to 4 of your friends can kind of be in here and trying to battle it out to be the last one standing. You're using, you know, you're playing on a D&D type board game where you're controlling all these characters. You're using the cards on your characters and basically trying to destroy your enemies that you're playing against with this unique board game, D&D style game. It is really fun. This PvP game is, you know, the new version of it. There is Deo regular that came out where you're doing the exact same thing cooperatively, where you're playing against the CPU. I chose to go with Deo Battles because it's a lot quicker. You can play these games in like 10 or 15 minutes, unlike the other one that takes a couple of hours at least. This one you can get these short games in here. Great to play in local multiplayer. And yeah, it's super, super fun, and nothing else like this, and it's still addicting as it ever was. Deo Battles coming in at number 2. And coming in here at number 1 is going to be Puzzling Places, another co-location multiplayer game on this list. And basically this is solving a jigsaw puzzle kind of thing, but in 3D landscape. And it is really cool when you finally finish a puzzle to kind of see how it finally looks, and it has this 3D look to it. It really makes it an exciting thing to kind of finish these, you know, dioramas and stuff like that. And it's great to play in local multiplayer, because I'm terrible at puzzle games and stuff like that and figuring out these jigsaw puzzles, and it's great to be able to do it with another friend. Or multiple friends, you know, to have this relaxing experience. You're solving this puzzle and doing it together and stuff like that, and talking, and it's just a really fun time. And the pictures are very varied. They have new puzzles coming out all the time that you can get for this game. So there's a lot of different puzzles that can fit your interests, whether it's you know, all of these different landscapes that they come out with, different objects, all these different things. So super, super fun and great game. Puzzling Places coming in at number 1. Again, guys, thank you guys for watching this list. I hope you guys, you know, got something out of this list. I wish there was more games like this in multiplayer that we haven't gotten before to change this list up even more year over year, but there hasn't been that many. But hopefully we keep getting more pass and play games that are built well for that multiplayer experience, more co-local multiplayer, more one headset versus everyone else. But if not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.